Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know when you're watching this. I haven't read this. I don't know what this is. But yeah. Mujin, he's made a response. I haven't read it. We're going to talk about it. And once again, you guys know, I used to really like Mujin. I thought we were cool. I would call ourselves friends, to be honest. But then he completely f***ed me, said that he went over a document that wasn't even available to anyone until 14 hours later. He already put a hit piece out on me, and he completely f***ed me. He stabbed me in the back, so fuck him. I no longer appreciate him whatsoever. And the reason why nobody ever talks about that is because they can't debate that point, and they know I'm 100% right about that, and they know that Mujin, unironically, took a document from Mizkif. Mujin, the reliable narrator, took a document from Mizkif, a guy that Mujin made an entire cancellation video on him. He took it at face value without waiting to see the actual facts and completely fucked me just to earn some good boy points. So, needless to say, I'm not really fond of Mujin. To be honest, if you were to privately DM me and apologize, I would instantly accept it because I'm a forgiving guy. But he put out a response to what's been going on. I'm going to read it. I just want to state my negative bias. I am going to try to be as fair as possible, as I always do. Let's talk about this and let's see what he said. Now, I will say this. Number one red flag, he turned off the comments. Bro turned off the comments. I'm not gonna lie, that's a horrific look. You know, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, 1,200 likes to 330 retweets. I'm not gonna lie, this is a horrible look. In my entire history as a content creator, I have never turned off the replies because I don't even know how to. Bad look. Some members of my community have reached out regarding a few concerns, and I want to make sure I properly address them before we fully move on from this topic. Look, I'm flattered that Hemomal tweeted that she considers me a close friend, and I'm grateful for her trust, but the first time we spoke was on April 7th. So this narrative that the video was made as a favor to anyone is simply false. So Mujin immediately burning the bridge with Hemomal in the second paragraph. Now, that's very interesting. That's very, very, very interesting, which means from April 7th to April 12th, you took this woman's word at face value with no proof whatsoever of any evidence of any wrongdoing. You never heard Sykkuno's side a single time. And the only thing that Sykkuno admitted to was being a cheater, and you decided to label him a rapist predator for the rest of his life. I truly don't think we thought about this too often, because that means, Mujin, that you are easily swayed. And you are very easy to feed misinformation into. This means you don't check your sources. And to be honest, this means that you're a simp. You made a 2-hour, let me double check this. Sorry, a 1-hour, heavily documented, heavily edited, very precise recorded. From the moment, because I know how long your videos take, Mujin, because you've told me. You told me they take 72 hours minimum every single time you do one when we used to talk on Discord. That means within 24 to 36 hours of this woman reaching out to you, assuming you met midday, you said, "Hey, don't worry, my queen, I'll make an entire expose on this fool at once. Let us schedule the exact posting time, and I will slam the Omnitrix to be to your defense, my esquire." But no, this is what you do. You say the popular opinion that you know is going to receive you the least amount of pushback as possible. Mujin, you are not beating the simp allegations by any means. This means if you are a VTuber with a cute uwu voice, you can go to Mujin and get him to lie for you and completely character assassinate anybody you want as long as he thinks he's going to get away with it. That is insane. You met this woman, and within 24 to 36 hours, you spent 72 hours of editing. I don't even know if you slept. And then coordinated the Google Doc dropping, the other women coming out, and the release of your video exactly 1 hour after her Google Doc comes out. Mujin, why do you think you did that? Do you not know the dangers of labeling someone a dangerous predator? Clearly you don't. And once again, I don't take any joy in this, Mujin. I really don't. I really don't enjoy making this video. Because genuinely, we've had some good conversations. I actually think that you're a decent guy beneath all of this. But you are heavily swayed by the internet, and you are heavily encouraged to just say whatever the popular opinion is without doing any real research. Okay? There was a lot of misinformation in the Center doc. There was a lot. There was a lot of misinformation in the Sykkuno doc. There was a lot of misinformation in the pirate software video. There's a lot. And when you hold this much power to do exposés where this many people trust you and you're doing research this lackadaisically, I don't want to trust your word anymore. I don't. And now knowing that you're blackmailing Powder, threatening to expose the fact that she had a black boyfriend, I think this is disgusting behavior. I do. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting behavior. Let's keep going. The truth is, Sykkuno's serial cheating and manipulation. Okay, let's stop. Let's just stop, okay? He's a serial cheater. Let's stop these buzzwords that we're trying to hear. He cheated a lot. He's a fuckboy, yes. Was only the tip of the iceberg. And I was hoping the video would encourage the many others who have stayed quiet for years to finally find the courage to talk about their experiences. Unfortunately, with the current state of affairs, that doesn't seem like it'll happen anymore, even if they somehow were to fit the image of a perfect victim. So let me ask you a question, Mujin, and I want you to tell me this right now. If there is all these hundreds of perfect victims that have been raped by Sykkuno, why don't they go to the police? Why do they need to go to the internet and write a Google document about it? Why do they need to go to you? Why can't you just tell them, oh, that's horrible? Call the police. If it's a crime, if it should be against the law, then call the police. We don't need to drop a Google document on that. And you want to know what? You will never answer that question because you know the answer. It's bullshit. If a girl is saying, oh, I really need to write this Google document and I really need to make sure it pops off on the internet, it's already a red flag. If they haven't gone to the police, and it's even more funny, because even if they go to the police and then the police investigation goes nowhere, it's probably because they're full of shit now, isn't it? They found you, the perfect simp, to push their narratives without you checking shit. And you fell for that. Hook, line, and sinker. You took a simple fuckboy cheating case, and I want to make it very clear, when Will Neff cheated, I didn't give a okay? Because Will Neff funny. And then I shit on him for it. I did. And then he said, oh, dude, I'll never do that shit again. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Right? I've been very consistent. I don't believe anybody believes to lose their career over cheating. They can take a hit, they can get a hate thread, but then labeling them a rape predator for the rest of their life, that's disgusting. And once again, I'm a guy where I've been cheated on. I know how much that hurts. I understand. It sucks. It's an awful thing to do, and awful people do that. But I'm still not going to label someone who cheated on me as a predator. I'm just going to call him a cheater. Now let's keep continuing. I don't blame them whatsoever. Instead, I can only wish them the best, and I hope that his ex, who was cheated on for over 5 years, can find the peace that she deserves. Yeah, how about just break up with him and move on? Hello? It's not hard. Just break up and move on. Bada bing, bada boom, it's over. Hello? As for me, I'll continue making videos that millions of people enjoy. When prompted, I'll strive to do the right thing, even if it's not trendy. What video have you ever made on something that wasn't trendy? What are we talking about? You've hopped on every drama train that's ever happened, and I'm not going to guilt you for that at all. I do the same thing. but I'm not gonna lie and say, I'm gonna cover what's right, even if it's not trendy. Holy virtue signal, Batman. Because that's how I was raised, and it's simply who I am. Bro, you're French. Shut up. That will never change. No matter how many vultures try to desperately farm my name, nobody in the history of the world gives a fuck about farming your name, Mujin. Who are these people trying to farm your name? Are they in the room with us right now? I'm gonna do a quick fact check on that. Let's Google exposing Mujin. So let's pull this up. So the only person who has ever made a video on you is me. Every other video where if you look up Mujin is either your video or Nicholas Diorio, and you can't find any of these before the past 48 hours. So no, Mujin, you don't have this legion of haters that's trying to farm your name. You're hallucinating these motherfuckers. This is just a false narrative that you're painting to try to seem like a victim. Just like you do with that one chick that you just made a 72-hour documentation on that was complete bullshit. Imagine that. Thank you for being the best community I could ever ask for, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Well, boys, first of all, you did that to yourself. Nicholas eats Oreos. Yum, 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 yum. Fatty want more food. Let's go ahead and let's just see if there's a reason why he turned off replies, shall we? Let's look up view post activities. He said he made a 1-hour video within 3 days of knowing her, so either he knew nothing about her and still made it, or he's lying. Tough choice. I don't give a flying about any of this drama, but since he did the thing, this motherfucker locked the replies. Of course the comments are off. Whole speech about doing the right thing, but can't handle anyone questioning it. So now you're not friends. And this was meant to encourage others to come out and tell their story. Really negroid. Lol, he locked the replies to stop himself from getting owned and ratioed again. Where's the apology to Powder for the Spurg out? Where's the apology to Tectone, Cinder, and the other people you lied about? Zero credibility, nice lock replies too. True. First, he exited to deal with this bullshit in the public because of you, but now this part's interesting. How does it apply for you covering Tectone and never challenging for years until the court docs dropped? How does it apply to your absolute shit coverage? True. Ha ha ha, God, I can't win. The chick Mujin is my friend and was my confidant. Mujin, I just met that chick. So me and Mujin has been friends and has been one of my confidants the entire time. Hey, Mujin, you cash in a couple of W's, and now you're catching a couple L's. It happens. Just apologize and admit that you fucked up. Apologize and admit that you were speaking on situations you did not truly understand, and all is good. And make it a video and say that you fucked up. None of this I'm the victim bullshit, because we're not buying it. No one's buying it. And it's a shame because you were a guy who I once respected. And it's a bummer. It is. It really is, Mujin. And you know that sucks. And you know it sucks. Just apologize so everyone can move forward. Thanks.